This is a video for you.
Yes, you. And it might be you of the future.
Or it might be you of the past.
And I'm sorry if it's for you right now. And if it isn't, well, you're one of the lucky ones. But for the rest of us, the ones who have ever felt like they've fallen into a drumming rut and struggled to get out again, this is a video for you. And it happened to me about a year ago for the first time in my life. Time pressures mixed with other non-drum related things I had going on at the time meant that proper, focused practice time felt just so far away. And my playing plateaued as a result. But today I'm going to talk about a few things that I personally did that helped me to regain that spark. Reignite the engine, if you will.
A drum practice lobotomy, if you won't.
Feel free to drop a comment down below with anything that's helped you to get out of a drumming rut in the past. But for today, this is my list. So let's get out of the studio for a second and take a little trip. Well, that's it. Point one, get out of the practice room. This sounds like the opposite of what we should be doing, but life is already hard enough, mate. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Take a little break. You lot might not be as neurotic as me, but for years I'd feel guilty if I didn't play drums for a couple of days, and it's taken me until the ripe old age of 31 to realise that a couple of days off is all good. The world doesn't end, and sometimes a little break can do wonders for your headspace. Get out in your area or take a little trip. Visit some mates, take an hour, a day, a week, and reset, ready to feel excited on the drums again. Now, there is one caveat here. You don't want to do this too often, and you have to come back. If you don't, and you keep the break going forever, well, you just don't play the drums anymore, son. So, let's get you back on the kit. Point two, level up related skills. If you're finding that you can't get onto the kit, or when you do, you just don't feel inspired, why not level up some skills that will help your drumming, but are different enough that it still feels like something brand new. For example, you could learn to notate and transcribe. This is a skill that is going to take your drumming to the next level, but it doesn't feel anything like actually playing the drums. Personally, when I was in my drumming rut, I decided to learn more about music production. I started learning to program drums, create patches on synths, write songs totally solo, and importantly, I learned to mix them all myself, a steep learning curve. I ended up putting out a few tracks under the name Circle Shifter. I learned a lot in the process that will help me with writing drum parts and processing acoustic drums. And when I got back on the kit, I went from feeling like a beginner on the computer to in my comfort zone on the drums. This feeling is underrated, man.
Give it a try.
Point three, remind yourself of why you play drums in the first place. Take yourself on a trip down memory lane. Oh yeah. Nostalgia is a powerful thing and it can get you hyped again. I gave myself the old Alex's guided tour from playing punk as a kid to metal, through to soul, hip hop, neo soul, jazz, and all genres I've got stuck right into over the years that led me to my current playing style. Similar to my last point, it's kind of sick playing a genre that's totally out of your comfort zone, because when you come back to the genres that you currently play, it feels all the more comfortable again.
Maybe I just like feeling comfortable too much. I mean, this position is uncomfortable as fuck. Let me get up and let's move on.
Point number four, change something up. This could be physically moving your kit around into different positions. Maybe you want to change your tom sizes, or change from brighter cymbals to something a little darker, or something that costs no money but has a massive impact on your sound. You could tune your drums differently. So simple, but if you tune your drums differently, you're basically guaranteed to play differently, and even if you don't, you're gonna sound completely different anyway. It's a win-win. I spent a little while with my toms cranked and using a wood snare instead of a metal snare, and inevitably, it made me come up with different ideas and explore areas of my playing that I don't usually think to explore. And you guessed it, as soon as I came back to my original tuning, now that felt new and that felt inspiring again. Can't go wrong, man. Point five, a more drum specific point. Choose one thing and one thing only to work on. What is the one thing you want to get better at? That one thing that gets you excited, or that you want to be able to play, or you want to be able to understand, but at the moment, you just can't. If currently, you can't get much time on the kit, or when you do, you're finding it hard to stay on for a long time, just practice one thing. A small amount of work on one concept still accumulates over time and is enough to make some steady improvement. Okay, you might not become the world's next fastest drummer without putting in a solid 6 to 10 hours of practice a day, but manage your expectations. Set yourself a specific goal and work towards it, and just enjoy making the progress that you do make. My final point is be kind to yourself. The whole idea with playing an instrument is that you keep playing and you keep improving for the rest of your life. So sometimes, in order to do that, your instrument needs to fit in with, well, your life. If you're a drummer through and through, you're gonna get back on the kit, mate, so don't beat yourself up. when you do get into those creative ruts. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, my friend. Again, I might just be talking to myself here, but maybe somebody out there needs to hear this too. And if that is you, I got you, mate. Just keep going, and the drums are still gonna be here when you're ready. So will this channel and the Drum Hub community. Sometimes you just gotta go on a little hunt to find that one thing that gets you excited again. And the next time we see you, you're gonna be ripping.